welcome to this video, which is the Dreamland Billionaires a reading vlog. So I am reading it on my Kindle. This series, I just found out last night or the night before that it came out in 2021, and so I am very late to this trend, but that is okay. I also feel like the timing of when I'm reading this is like so perfect for where my life is. You know, sometimes when new books come out and everybody talks about them and then you just choose not to read them, just whatever, because you think it's too hyped up, or it's just not the vibe for you right now in that time of your life, and then you pick it up like a month or two or a year later or whatever, and then it like fits perfect with where you're at in your life. It is so magical that way. Also magical being like Dreamland series. But if you've never heard of this series before, which I never really heard of it, I saw the covers of them but didn't really know much about them. But Sarah Caroli, shout out to you, girl, introduced me to these books in her recent video. I will have the video linked down below because she talks about so many amazing books in the video. But she basically talked about this, and in her short little snippet of what the video is about, or what the books are about, is there's three brothers in a family, and their grandpa owns a place very similar to Disney World, but it's called Dreamland. And if you watch, or if you like know anything about Disney World, when you read the book, you can totally tell where all of the little things are coming from, of like what they're talking about. Like they talk about the Magic Wand Salon, which is basically Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, and then they'll talk about like they'll say Princess Cara and her castle, which would be Princess Cinderella. And there's just like all these different funny nods to Disney World in this book. And the reason why I feel like it's such a perfect time for me to read this series is because I wanted to jump into a new world, one, but also I have, like, for the last year or two, I've been watching a YouTuber named Bronwyn. Her name is Once Upon a Bron on YouTube. I'll have her linked down below. But she used to do the Disney college program, and she actually worked, her last working spot in the DCP was at the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique before COVID hit, and then everybody got laid off because of COVID. And now she's actually working as the Disney Parks social media person. So she basically creates and films all of their like TikToks and their posts on the Disney Park pages, which I think is really, really cool. And she used to have her own like little Etsy shop and stuff, and she has done a lot, and I really love her content. Also, I've been really obsessed with allears.net, who are a channel that they've been around for a lot longer than I thought that they were. But they are your all information of anything you need to know about Disney World and sometimes Universal. Sorry about Piper's toes in the background. Anything you need to know about the amusement parks, they have you covered. And they also, along with the information that they give, they do fun challenges in their videos. They'll do this Game Master challenge. It's one of my favorite videos that they ever do. And then they do a scavenger hunt. They'll do all these different challenges in Disney World, and it's really, really fun. And a lot of the people that are on the channel used to be cast members there, or worked at Universal, or were Disney College Program people, which are also considered cast members. But so they know all the ins and outs of everything you need to know about the place. Even though I'm not planning on going there, I just find their videos very interesting. And so it's funny that I'm like super into those videos, and then this book falls into my lap of like, here's you a book all about Disney World. And so I find that really fun and interesting. So to give you a little book update, I downloaded this book on Kindle Unlimited on Sunday night and then read the first chapter so I could get an idea of it. I always, once I've downloaded a book, I always read at least the first chapter and then I check and see how long it's gonna take me to read the book. And then I go off of how many days it will take me, because I usually try to read at least an hour a day on my Kindle, so that because like I have it down to 6 hours before I'm gonna be done with the book, but it was like a 6.5 hour video, so or a book. So I read for until down to the hour of 6 hours left of reading, and then I'm gonna read each hour of the day pretty much, and probably read the last 2 hours in one sitting, because it's stupid if I were to, you know, leave 1 hour. So here's an update on where we're at in the book and what the book is about and stuff. So I don't think I mentioned it, but the book is about these 3 brothers. Books, actually, it's a 3-part series. The book is about these brothers whose grandpa owns Disney World, or it's called Dreamland, but it's basically Disney World, and he passes away, and he has given each brother a task to complete in order for them to get their share of the estate or of Dreamland. And if they don't complete the task, then their share of it goes to their dad instead of them. And the first guy in the book, the first brother's name is Rowan, and he has to create a new concept for Dreamland. So like a new roller coaster, a new world, like something new that's gonna bring life back into the park, or like up the park a little bit more than it needs to be. Like, he's on the creator side, and the grandpa said that he's the dreamer of the brothers, so this is his specific task for him. And then I think each specific book is the different task that the brothers have to complete. So this one is his, and I am currently I'm about to start chapter 8. I'm 14% into the book, and I have 6 hours left of the book, and I'm on page 57. So that's about where I'm at. And so far, I'm gonna kind of give spoilers, but not really in this video, because the book has been out for a very long time, and also like this video is about this book. So what has happened so far is that he got his task, and now he's at Dreamland, and then this girl named Zara, I'm pretty sure I'm saying her name right, but Zara, she works at the Magic Wand Salon, which is basically the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique in Disney World, and she works there. She's been working there for her whole entire college life, and she went to community college, so she doesn't have like a huge degree or anything like that, like a university degree or anything. And so she thinks that she's not really like, that she's just going to be stuck at this salon the rest of her life. But she really wants to be on the creator side, but in order to do that, you have to have like a top like master's degree, you have to have gone to like business school and like all these different things. And she gets drunk one night with her roommate and decides to put in an application for the creators thing, and ends up basically having a meeting with Rowan, and Rowan is like, yes, I want you to be a part of this. And she is shocked because she didn't think that this was actually going to happen. And also, before that even happened, they had an altercation in a meeting when he first got there, and he kind of has like a crush on her now, and she's like, I don't like you. It's almost like an enemies to lovers thing. Like, he really likes her, but he doesn't really like her, and she's the same way. Like, they kind of have a little bit of hatred for each other, but then they also are kind of like slowly falling in love with each other. And I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. But I'm on chapter 8, and so now we're at the part where she's signed the contract, and we're just going to see what happens next, and that's where I ended it last night. So this morning I will not be able to read until, because it's already 10:30 in the morning, so I have to start getting ready for work. But when I come back tonight, I'm going to read and I will give you an update on where I'm at in my reading. This is my theory on this because it's called the fine print. I'm wondering if it has to do, because she mentions I always read the fine print, and I'm wondering if something in the contract gets like messed up or something, or like it's because she made the she signed the contract and she started this whole thing. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of where it's going, but I will keep you updated and I will talk to you in a little bit. Okay, I'm coming out here with to read the fine print on chapter 8, which is Zara's chapter. I have 11 minutes left in the chapter. I also wanted to show you, I don't know if you can see Focus and Piper outside. I have kind of been, I don't know if you can hear me through the loud lawnmower in the background, but I have been letting Focus go and venture out into into the grass sometimes, but most of the time she's in the sunroom. So hopefully you can hear me, because I don't want to talk super loud because I don't want people to hear me that are just like sitting in their backyards, because it's a little bit crazy for me. But anyways, I'm gonna go and read for a few minutes. Today, I wanted to give an update. It is now like almost 4 p.m. and last night before I went to bed, I actually read an hour of the fine print, which is the Dreamland series. Obviously, I'm reading that. And I read an hour of that last night. So I actually read about 58 pages last night. I did all my like calculations of things, of like all the stuff. And also I have not, in my vlog you will see, but I ended up getting ready for the day. Like I curled my hair, and I don't know what's going on with this bottom piece of my hair, but I've been all over the place today, and I have I haven't read yet. I usually read at nighttime right before I go to bed. That's usually when I read, so it's only like a one little time of the day that I mainly do read. And right now I am now 27% into the book, and I'm on chapter 15. I'm about to start chapter 15. Oh my goodness, let me just give you a recap of where I'm at in the book. So I'm trying to remember what even happened, because there was a lot that happened in that hour that I read last night. But so she went to her first round of meetings with the creator group that she's with, and then some romantic things happened, and I was not expecting the romance to start so fast in this book. I really thought that it was gonna be like halfway through the book, and it's even before the halfway point. Like this book is fast paced, which I love, because I feel like some romances can just drag on and on with so much detail in them, and you're just not getting to the like what's actually going to be happening for a very long time. And so I feel like I really do like the writing style of this so far, and that's all that's really happened that I can think of. That she just like, they've had meetings about the concepts that she's come up with for the 50th anniversary, and that's pretty much all that I know that's happening right now. But I mean, I'm also only 27% into the book, so I haven't read very much. I've only read about 2.5 hours of the book, and it's a 6.5 hour book read, so I'm only like a quarter of the way into the book pretty much. So I am going to read some more tonight, and then I'll update you probably tomorrow morning on that, because by the time I'm in bed and I have I'm not ready to read or anything like that. So I will come back to you in a little bit after I've done. I need to like edit and upload a video. I need to do some other things around the house. So I've got things I need to do before I can sit down and enjoy my book. So So it is currently, let me look up the time. I look so scary right now. It is almost 10 p.m. I have to be up at 5:45 in the morning because of the teacher that I'm subbing for. I'm in pre-K tomorrow, and she wants me to be there 30 minutes earlier than I normally am, so I have to be up really early. That's just great for me. Also don't mind this like weird pillow that I have. Anyways, I just read 30 minutes of the fine print, and I am loving this book so much. And also I have to say that the one thing that I am very excited to know how it's all going to play out is when Rowan and Zara, I hope I'm saying Zara's name right, but I think that's how you say her name. Rowan and Zara's, how they find out that Rowan has been faking as this Scott guy, like texting her or whatever. Like, I need to know when that's gonna, like, how that's gonna play out. So that's something that I'm very excited to read, but I'm probably gonna stop here. I've tried to read an hour, but I really honestly need to go to bed so that I have a good amount of sleep tonight, because I have a very long, busy day tomorrow. And but I read at least 30 minutes tonight, so that's pretty good. And it is getting so interesting. It's kind of like nothing's really happening like with the actual like Dreamland stuff, but it's more like all their like romantic stuff is starting to kind of like become a thing. So I'm kind of like, I really hope that we get to hear more about the like Dreamland side of things, because I really am interested in that. But I feel like the romance is taking over that a lot, but maybe it'll like shift gears or like change up, and like, you know, it'll be more like I'll be able to see like the two different perspectives, I guess. I don't know how to explain that, but anyways, that is my update on my reading. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow when I read more. Okay, so update. It is now Saturday. I keep wanting to say it's Sunday. It's not Sunday. The wind. Oh my gosh, I probably need to close that. I am outside reading the Dreamland series. I have made it halfway through the book. It is currently almost like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I only have like 3 hours left of reading this book, and then I'm done with it. So I'm gonna try to finish it today. I also just read the part that I was saying how I was wondering when and how it was going to be known that Scott is actually Rowan, and like how that was gonna play out. I was like smiling and like going, oh, like like reading my thing. I wish I would have got the reaction, and it basically led up to the point, like I didn't know if I was gonna like, it was just gonna happen and I wasn't gonna know that it's happening, or if like it was gonna be a build up to it, and it happened to be a build up, and I don't know why I didn't grab my camera to like catch my reaction. But I was shocked, but also I was kind of like, it felt very like bland of a reaction, like how it played out. Like it was very like, that's how they did it, and it wasn't like her figuring out because she like figured out a phone situation, or like it was literally him texting her to come meet him so he could tell her. Like, what the heck? Like, that is like, I mean, I understand it, but she wasn't expecting that when she got there. But also as a reader, you expected that's what was going to happen, because you read his thoughts as well. So that was interesting. I also am wondering now if like they're actually going to end up together and work things out, or are they just going to always be enemies? Are they going to be enemies to lovers? I have no idea. But I've been watching a lot of like TikTok edits of this book series, and like it's getting me in the vibes of it. See what happens, and I will update you in probably like another hour and see my thoughts of what's been going on. So I do like the aspect of like getting to see, because I did, I think, say something about wanting to know more, like get more insight on like the Dreamland side of things. Like, are they gonna go visit the park and like talk about different park things, or are they just gonna be like, you know, they work at Disney and that's all you're gonna get, or do they actually go to the park together? And that happens in one part. And so we got to like hear like the version of the Haunted Mansion and some ride that's, I don't even think it's even a ride in Disney World, but it was like a made up one for the book, but it was like very intense. It sounded more like a Universal ride than a Disney ride, but yeah, I'm very excited to see what else is going to happen. So I'm on chapter 28, which is Rowan's chapter, and I'm 53% into the book and I have 3 hours left. So okay, hello. So it is now Sunday morning, and I had like 3.5 hours, I think, of reading my the fine print on my Kindle, and I managed to get all but like the last 18 minutes read yesterday. And I literally was trying to finish the last hour last night around like 10 p.m. and I had 18 minutes left and I could not keep my eyes open. I wanted to finish the book so bad because it was getting to the ending, and like everything was wrapping up and it was becoming like a beautiful story, and I just had to wait until I had more energy to read it. So in the morning, I actually woke up this morning at 6:45 in the morning, which is like wild for me on a Sunday, and then I could not go back to sleep. So I ended up just scrolling on the phone, and then I picked this up and read the last 18 minutes of it. Immediately gave the fine print 5 stars for me. I absolutely loved this book. Literally, this story was so well written and so cute, and you could just tell it was like a strong enemies to lovers, but then like they went full force on like falling in love with each other, and it was just so, I just loved it so much. I don't even know how to explain it. I ended up wrapping up the book so well. I just loved how like, I was so shocked with the ending too. I was like I literally was like, no freaking way did this just happen with the whole voting situation. I think I'm gonna leave that like spoiler free so you don't know what I'm talking about, but like the voting situation was wild, and I was not expecting that, unless we did know that as readers, and I just completely forgot that even happened, because it's been a week, y'all. It has been a long week, and I probably skimmed over the part where we probably knew that as readers, but I was shocked in the ending, like, oh my gosh, no way that this is happening. And then like I just had to keep reading because I needed to know how that all went and everything. But it was so cute, and I loved how everything wrapped up in the end, so I gave it 5 stars. And I would highly recommend this book, although I will say that I was not expecting the spiciness in this book. I knew there was romance involved, but there was like a lot of spiciness in this book. So there's a warning if you haven't read this book, but also I do know that this book is a little bit older, so not too much older, but it came out in 2021, and I feel like a lot of booktubers, I feel like a lot of book people have read this series already, but if you have not, I would highly recommend picking it up because it is such a good read. But that is pretty much my thoughts on that book. And I immediately, after I finished that one, I immediately downloaded Terms and Conditions, which is the second book, and I will have my thoughts on that book in its own reading vlog. I'm going to do a 3-part series with this, so a video for each book, and that's going to be out next Wednesday. So get ready for my thoughts on that one, and I will decide which one I like better, which of the brothers I like better out of the, I still need to obviously read the last one, but we'll see how it all plays out. So anyways, I will thank you guys so much for watching this reading vlog. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe down below, follow me on Instagram, and also if you have read this book, let me know your thoughts on this series, and without giving me too many spoilers of the 2 books, but like, let me know what you think about this book in general, if you have read it, or like, I don't know, just your thoughts on this series, like, because that's what we're talking about in this video, is literally the Dreamland series. So anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!